Welcome back. Before we actually do our first tasting together, I thought it would be important to give you some ideas about the proper setup for a tasting. One of the most important things, and people don't always consider this, is to have adequate lighting. The best lighting, of course, is sunlight, which is the complete spectrum. But we can't be sitting outside in glaring sunlight and tasting our wines. Usually we're in a room or in a lab or at our dining room table. Since we're indoors, the best light for tasting is an incandescent light bulb. I realize that those are slowly going out of existence, but try to find an incandescent light bulb that gives you full spectrum. And if you're going to have adequate lighting, you need to have the correct background for reflecting that lighting. So what I've got here, and this is a rather simple setup, I've just got a couple of big pieces of copy paper. That's perfectly fine. It gives you a white background to reflect the light that's coming from overhead, and it's perfectly adequate. You can taste on any surface. You see here I've got a black surface, no problem. I can see what I need to see. A white tablecloth might also be nice to use. I've got proper glasses. You've already probably purchased those or at least ordered those online. And you can see that they're identical, same size, same capacity. And when we taste, I'm going to pour the same amount in each glass. I have available some good water for rinsing. Be careful of which water you use. Don't use fancy mineral water. Please don't use tap water. Most tap water that you have available is chlorinated by your municipal water source. So you don't want to be rinsing your mouth with anything that has chlorine in it. You need to have a spit cup. Very, very important. That's the main thing that actually differentiates you as a serious wine taster from others who are simply drinking for pleasure or at a party or at a dinner party. You are going to spit everything that you taste and evaluate. It's important to do that so that you don't gradually succumb to the effects of alcohol. You need to keep your focus. You need to pay attention to what's in the glass, and so you need to spit regularly. And you'll see me doing that live right in front of you, so don't be embarrassed. Also, it's important to have a tasting notebook. I'm going to have you download a PDF of a tasting grid that I designed. And in addition to the tasting grid, I've given you another copy of that grid that has hints in it. And so you can actually look at the tasting grid with ideas of descriptors that you might use, side by side with a tasting grid where you'll take your notes. Of course, you need to have available some paper bags to conceal the identity of the wines. Better yet, have someone else pour for you while you're out of the room. I realize it's going to be difficult not to know what the wines are if you yourself went out and purchased them. But as you progress in your tasting activities, more and more people will be providing you with wines, or someone will go out and procure the wines, and you won't know what they are. And so it's important to hide the identity of those wines. In other words, to do blind tasting at all times. It's good to have a dump bucket. I'll have one available when I'm tasting, so that after I've spit quite a few times, I can go ahead and dump my glass in that dump bucket. Well, a corkscrew, of course, and a nice pen. And I think we're ready to get started.